Hi, I'm Ed Pierce from SpaceCoastDaily.com. I'm here with Coach Ed Yanes. He's the head softball coach for Brevard Community College. Welcome, Coach.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
It's a big thing today with the Spring Sports Media Day, and it's a big thing for Brevard Community College softball for sure. Coach, can you talk a little bit about what your expectations are, and maybe a little bit about the team this year that people out there in the Brevard County community may not know?
Well, again, we have probably a mixture of kids this year as far as sophomores and freshmen. We're normally about 50-50 over the years between freshmen and sophomore. Being a junior college, the kids come and go after the 2 years. We're a lot more freshman heavy this year. So it's going to be interesting during the season as we get going to see how they're going to mix into it with our sophomores. So we're looking forward to it. It should be an exciting year as usual. Over the years, I mentioned earlier in our opening comments that we try to build our program as a program of having a lot of good headaches. And what I mean by that is good quality kids that can all play a position. And, we only have 9, typically 10 if you're flex if our pitcher doesn't hit. But this year we have pitchers that can hit. So it's going to be very interesting to try to get all 18 kids in the lineup this year. Each year we've been fortunate enough to have the majority of our conference teams or conference representation from our staff, from our kids. So though we have not won a conference tournament or conference championship, I should say, the majority of the all conference players between first and second team have unfortunately come from Brevard. So we're fortunate enough to have that. These kids can play. There's a lot of schools that have a lot more scholarship numbers-wise, but don't have the representation at the end of the year on the conference teams. And we feel the numbers that we have represented on the team speak well for our representation of our scholarship numbers.
Now, Coach, Florida is a highly competitive state for softball. Can you talk maybe a little bit about the opponents that you're going to face during the season, and who do you think is going to be some of the really tough games that you're going to play?
Again, kind of being biased, but typically we say our conference is probably the toughest conference in the state. It's ourselves, and then we head south from here, Indian River, which is always a tough conference. They've won the conference championship several years that we've been here, and they've also won a national tournament. Continue south into Palm Beach, Broward, and then Miami-Dade, which again, national champion a couple years ago, and a runner-up, I think, 2 years ago. So we feel we have the toughest conference. So within those couple of schools there, it's going to be those probably the cream of the crop every year, and we look forward to challenging them. And over the years, I think we've shown that we can compete, and that's our goal every year. Once we put the Lions on the field, the chips fall where they may, so to speak. We feel we're going to be a competitive roster again this year.
One last thing, Coach. What do you think is the key to being a successful softball program at this level, in your opinion?
That's kind of a tough question. In my opinion, I think we got to have the versatility. With the numbers of kids that we have a good amount of scholarship, of 20 scholarships, let's say. For us, every kid has to be able to compete and play different positions, so to speak. Like baseball, where baseball has a lefty specialist or maybe a righty specialist come in certain innings, we don't typically have that luxury. We have doubleheaders every night of the week for our whole games. We play a 50 to 60 game schedule. So the kids with some versatility that can contribute for us are the ones that really help us out a lot throughout the year.
Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.